Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, the Chinese are involved in the Ukraine conflict. Well, you got them right, they are. And probably they were before, but the Americans were afraid to even state it because, they first discuss things and then they tell us what's going on, what happened, or what's going to happen, supposedly. Now, this article that I have here doesn't prove that the Chinese are involved in that, and I will explain what. But I think it's a first evidence that Chinese drones are used allegedly by the Russians in the Ukrainian theater of war between the 50 countries and Russia. Ukrainska Pravda. Ukraine's armed forces shoot down Chinese-made drone Mugin or Mugin 5, CNN reports. So this is from March 16th, 2023. The Ukrainian armed forces shot down a Chinese-made Mugin, I would call it Mugin, 5 drone in eastern Ukraine last Sunday. CNN citing Ukrainian military and a comment from the drone manufacturer. Okay, details. The wreckage of the downed drone was shown to journalists by the Ukrainian military. According to them, the UAV was shot down with AK-47 assault rifles. So they work, huh? CNN identified the drone as a Mugin 5 manufactured by Mugin Limited, a Chinese company based in Xiamen. I will expect them to give me a date, which is about a week. So the manufacturing date would be a week ago. It's interesting. You see what's over here? That's duct tape. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. So, CNN identified as the Mugin 5 manufactured by Mugin Limited, a Chinese company based in Xiamen on the east coast of China. These UAVs are also known as Alibaba drones because they can be purchased for up to $15,000 on Chinese online platforms Alibaba and Taobao. So $15,000. This is the same thing as the, how do you call those? Shahed drones, Iranian drones. The Russians are giving them Sukhoi 35s or whatever, and they give them drones because the Russians can't build the drones, but they can build Sukhoi 35. Yeah, it makes sense. So this is what's with this duct tape here. They just put it over there so they can show us that, hey, we're gonna bring it here so we can show it to you. I'm guaranteeing that duct tape was not over there. Taped by the Chinese, or maybe that's how their drones are flying, with duct tape. I'm kidding. The company confirmed to CNN that it was their drone and called the incident deeply unfortunate. The MKS website also states that their products are prohibited for any illegal or military use. According to the journalists, on the night of Friday, Saturday, the Security Service of Ukraine informed them that Ukrainian agents in the occupied territory had warned them that a UAV had been launched from there. After that, the SSU alerted military units based in eastern Ukraine near the city of Slovyansk. You can substitute the SSU with USA if you want, and you get a better picture of the incident or the whole information. At about 2 o'clock a.m., soldiers of the 111th Brigade of the Territorial Defense Forces heard a drone overhead and even saw a warning light flashing on the aircraft. The soldiers opened fire and shot down the drone. So let's unpack this, which I think is a lot of BS here. So 2 o'clock, if they use it like this, that means it's 2 o'clock a.m. At 2 o'clock a.m. in Ukraine is night, darkness, you know what I mean? And then this drone that is supposed to just, be stealth, the reason why is because it's doing something that it's not supposed to, right? It has warning lights flashing. So it flies with warning lights. Like, hey, I'm here, but I'm gonna spy on you, but you're not supposed to see me. And the soldiers opened fire and shot down the drone. I'm sorry, but this is a little bit fishy, and not that kind of fish, different kind of fish. In the midnight, they shot the guy, 2 o'clock, they shot the drone. It has a warning light flashing. Okay, now very tards, these Russians, it seems like. According to the soldiers cited by CNN, the drone was flying at a very low altitude. According to the journalist, a bullet hole was visible on the nose of the downed vehicle. The Ukrainian military also showed the journalist a tiny crater formed by the drone's cargo, a bomb weighing about 20 kilograms, and you are with a light in the middle of the night. Why would you be with a light flashing if you are going to attack? The soldiers neutralized the shell and provided CNN with a video of the explosion. I'm afraid to push on this one, but hey, let's see if you're gonna...
Ukrainian military footage.
Okay, no, I'm gonna listen to you. Outtake asked the Russian Ministry of Defense for a comment on the incident, but received no response. A spokesperson from Mugin Limited told CNN that the company does not condone such use of its trying its best to stop it. In a statement posted on the company's website on 2 March, Mugin Limited said it condemns the use of its products during military operations, and it said it stopped selling products to Russia or Ukraine when the war began. CNN also contacted half dozen other companies whose electronic components were seen in the downed UAV, including Taiwanese electronics manufacturer MMK Servos. So, the letter comment on the incident as follows. Some UAV manufacturers may adopt MKS Servos on their finished products for military usage. We are not happy about it, and it is against our company's mission and vision. So, this thing with the drones is the same as you would say, well, some idiot committed a criminal act using an AK-47. Doesn't mean that he was a Russian. Doesn't mean that the guys who manufacture AK-47 said this weapon will be used for that particular criminal act of shooting. Okay, send it. No. It's a dumb argument. What are you supposed to do? Not to manufacture drones? Out of the business, let only the Americans manufacture drones because their drones are peaceful drones and are the drones that fight for the good, and the other ones might be used by idiots or people who have other ideologies or a different opinion on the world, good or bad, however you want to look at it. Because if you tell me that, destroying people in Iraq or Libya was a good thing for the forces of good, look at the consequences. Look at what we have now in Libya, for instance, versus when that criminal, what's his name, Muammar Gaddafi. And I say criminal because that's how this guy say. And he was not a good dude by all means. He was a bad dude. But one thing stands up for me, what Gaddafi, what Libya, the Libyan people, under Gaddafi's rule accomplished. Look at those aqueducts. Look at what they did over there. How they took water from the desert, brought it to the Libyan cities. Just look at that. That's an achievement that could be considered, the eighth wonder of the world. One of them. And you maybe show me the same thing in United States of America, and I will be able to say, yeah, it's comparable. Okay? And what did Americans bring? Where is that? Where are those aqueducts? There are very good documentaries about that. I can't remember how it's called, the project. I know about that project because I know a lot of Romanians went and worked on it, and Romanian cement was used over there, and workers and all that were going to Libya and work over there for this, and they were paid very well. Now, Gaddafi could have done something else, build about 100 more palaces for himself. But he didn't. He built that thing. He didn't have to. He didn't have to. And that's not for atomic bombs or terrorist organizations. That's strictly for his people. So I think look at that one. So again, we go with the drones. You can't foresee where the drones are going. Whenever something bad happens, they look down in someone's tweets or whatever he said, or he said, well, I read this book. And, he read that book. It's because of that book he committed that. Well, he read the Bible too. And believe me, if you look at the Old Testament of the Bible, that's not kind of like peaceful, if you know what I mean. You got the Israelites going over there and the enemies. Look over it if you want. I mean, I wrote 2 books on that. They're available on Amazon, where I took each and every verse where you find all kind of things like this, and all those are ordered by, okay, to Moses and other holy people. So yeah, you can say, well, I read the Bible and that's why I did that. You can, but you will never know if that's the only inspiration that the criminal might have had. You can use, I don't know, if you read a speech done by Biden and something triggers in your head and you'd go and commit a stupid thing, and you're going to blame Biden for that? No. You're going to blame his speech? No. You're going to blame the guy who interpreted it however he wanted to interpret it. The same with a drone. The country manufactures drones. I manufacture a drone, you buy it and you sell it to someone else without me knowing, let's say. What am I supposed to be, what's going on here? Am I supposed to be liable for that? Am I supposed to track it somehow? No, it's just crazy, you know. The AK-47 show up in Chicago. That means the Russians are at fault because they manufacture AK-47s, like other weapons do not. Uzis and other things do not end up in Chicago in drive-by shootings. So again, are the Chinese involved? Maybe they are, and I think that's up to them to be. And I think they are. And this Alibaba, blah 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 blah. You know, might be much deeper than they say. Well, it's not us. We condone that. Send them more. After all, you're in manufacturing drones. Who's the buyer? Should be an over 18, an adult. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. I have to ditch this little